to episode 8 of Who'd Win?
DC Sucks.
I'm your co-host, Kyle Wood.
And I'm your co-host, Kieran Wood.
Whoa. You were in it last episode. Get out of my chair right now.
Right now!
Let's start this again. I'm the co-host, Aidan Wood.
And I'm the co-host, Kyle Wood. And this is episode 8 of Who'd Win?
DC Sucks.
Okay, so if you haven't visited us before, which, my gosh, this is episode 8, really, we've got quite a backlog. Just binge it, Netflix, and drink a slushie. So we are going to debate who would win between two Marvel characters that we always try to pick fairly evenly matched power set characters, and we do not discuss who we think would win before the episode. So that's our few rules. And again, this episode is Nova
versus Kamala Khan.
Okay, versus Kamala Khan, who is Miss Marvel. Now, this is our first episode where we're picking two characters that aren't as widely known as characters that we've picked in the past. Both of these characters are offshoots or legacy characters of heroes that have been in the Marvel Universe for many, many years. So first, we're going to talk about the power set of Nova, and we want to clarify that we're talking about Sam Alexander Nova.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the power set, Abe?
He has super strength. He can fly light speed and stuff. He has energy blasts, and he has his dad's helmet. He has Daddy's helmet.
All right, so if you aren't familiar with Nova, if you've ever seen the last iteration of the Spider-Man cartoon, this is the Nova you've seen there. It's the Nova in the last sets of toys and stuff. But there's a blur in those shows between the Sam Alexander Nova and the Rich Rider Nova, which are different characters. Nova is kind of like the Green Lantern Corps from the DC Universe. They wear these helmets and they patrol the galaxies looking for trouble, and they're basically space cops. Okay, really cool though. So Nova has a really cool power set that comes from this helmet. Sam is only 15 years old, so he has, a slightly lower power set than the other Novas, of which he and Rich, I believe, are still the only ones remaining. And he has in his helmet something called the World Mind, which is like the collective knowledge of all these space cops, basically. It can translate different languages for him. It can help him breathe in space. It can help him breathe underwater. He has super strength. That's supposed to be a level like 6-ish if he's an adult Nova. We estimate that he's around level 3 strength now, so somewhere in like Spider-Man territory of strength. He can fly past light speed. He can shoot beams. He can throw like balls of this Nova Force energy. He can make like a little bubble around himself or around parts of his bodies to act as force fields. And he's pretty durable too, mostly because he flies around in space and stuff, so if he hits him, he can actually like shoot himself through spaceships and stuff if he wants to.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
It's insane.
It's pretty insane. These characters were both invented in the last 10 years. I think Sam Alexander Nova was created in 2011. So, we're very new characters. All right, what about Miss Marvel?
Miss Marvel has limb stretching. She has growing powers. She usually does this to like one of her arms to make her fist bigger. She has a healing factor like Wolverine does, and she just loves superheroes.
Yeah,
she loves every single one of them.
Miss Marvel is a really cool character. She was created in 2013, I believe. Her series that have been done over the last 7 or 8 years have been award-winning series. She is completely newly created character, so she doesn't really have anything to do with Miss Marvel, who became Captain Marvel that's in the films, but she's a super huge fan of Miss Marvel. So she gets her powers from this thing called the Terrigen Mist, that is what gives the Inhumans, if you're familiar with that TV show, their powers. It's like this mist that can interact with people, and certain people that have this like gene, I guess, it can put in a cocoon and give powers. So she was put in a cocoon. She came out with these powers to morph her body so she can actually like make herself look like other people. But then she realized that her her ability is really that she can morph parts of her body nearly limitlessly. So she's kind of like Giant Man and Mr. Fantastic, sort of. She can both grow, like you said, or grow only parts of her body, or like become like super flat. She does have a little bit of super strength because of that, just because she can get really big. And she does have a pretty amazing healing factor, but she can't use her healing factor while also using her other powers. So she can't like heal while she's stretched out. Pretty interesting. Both these characters, by the way, highly recommend the series Champions, which both of these characters are key members of that roster. So it's a really cool series, and it starts by the kids basically leaving their membership with the Avengers because they think the Avengers, the old crew, doesn't think about the little people, and they think they should actually go help people around the world as opposed to fighting these like cosmic level baddies, and that's kind of cool. So it's a really cool book to pick up and read right about now. So are you ready, Aidan, to see who wins? I know some things about Aidan, so I'm pretty sure I know what he's going to pick. All right, what's our countdown again?
Cat, Thor, Iron Man, shoot.
Are you ready?
Cat, Thor,
Iron Man, shoot. Nova! Okay, Aidan, you go first.
So I
I'll have to agree. Go ahead.
I don't know. So I think Nova because it's one of my points is actually something that you mentioned. She her healing factor weakens her other powers while she's using it. So, and it said that she uses her healing factor like a whole lot. So, Nova has a lot of attacking abilities, and I think that if he uses those attacking abilities, that would mean she would have to use her healing factor a lot, and then her powers are weakened, so she doesn't.
She would be able to fight back.
Yeah.
Okay. Both these characters, a factor that kind of has come into play with both these characters that wouldn't in our past episodes is they're both kids. I know Nova's 15. I don't remember what age Miss Marvel technically is. She's in high school, so she's a teenager. So both of all the writers that have written these characters have really played to their lack of experience and how they can't maximize their powers. So that's what would almost hedge me to pick Miss Marvel, who traditionally is a more mature, prepared, and thoughtful character. And Nova tends to be kind of a hothead and kind of runs off and does his own thing. But reading further about Nova's power set, this might be unfair. Like, his power set is dramatic, and as he taps into more of the Nova Corps' abilities, he's going to be really powerful. If he wants to fly light speed around her, the stretching stuff's not going to work. If he wants to really shoot her with full Nova force, it would probably kill her. I mean, and the healing factor wouldn't matter. He has gone into space in the blink of an eye and flown through like 100 spaceships and just blown them up. Kind of like you see Captain Marvel do in the Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame films. So his power set would really resemble hers. Not as powerful, but it would resemble hers. So I just think it's maybe not even a fair fight. I don't know if the power sets are truly even.
Yeah.
I will say in the comic, she's normally the more mature leader of the champions. So that does give her a little edge. I think that's why we felt like this was a fair fight. But power set wise, he's just more powerful.
Way more powerful.
So what do we do when we agree? When we agreed last time? What did we do? We call him in anyway.
Yeah, we called him in anyways.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Come in here, Kieran!
Hi, hello, it's me. I'm Kieran, and I'm the tiebreaker apparently.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
looks
so-
like you guys didn't need me.
We don't need you because we have Nova. Everybody knows Aiden's always going to pick Nova for anything because Nova's his favorite character.
Yeah.
And I picked him because of his power set. What do you think, I guess?
So yeah, Nova. I feel like Nova would win, and like you said, I feel like the only way Miss Marvel would win is just maturity and just personality-wise. But Nova's by far more powerful. He has lost his helmet a few times, but we're considering him as a normal superhero.
Yeah, if he doesn't have his helmet, for the record, if he doesn't have his helmet, he's got no powers at all.
Right. So, but yeah, I agree.
So I do want to recommend again Champions. If you haven't read that or haven't tuned in to any of the books, their self-titled series, Nova and Miss Marvel, you can. Miss Marvel is also in the cartoon that features a lot of young female superheroes. What's it called?
Marvel Rising.
Marvel Rising. And Nova has been in the old Spider-Man series before the current one. So you want to check out those cartoons. They're both supposed to be involved in the MCU in the future, as is everybody. There is also a Marvel's Avengers video game coming out, which Miss Marvel is supposed to be sort of the entry character in, which would be interesting. And Nova is supposed to be in one of the next phases. No word on whether it will be Sam Alexander Nova or Rich Rider Nova, who was like the original Nova in like the 70s on. But that's it for episode 8. In a battle between Nova and Miss Marvel, we all agree that Nova would win. Thanks for watching and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We hope you like our videos. We hope that everyone's doing really well during this quarantine and the pandemic that's changed our entire world. We are thinking about those of you who have hardship due to your work situation and certainly your health. If we don't know you, then we're going to have you in our thoughts anyway and hope that you feel as though you're starting to know us now. So if you like our videos, keep watching.
Hey guys, hit subscribe and hit the bell.